Ah, Asia.
Ah, Asia. So, Dr. Pierson.
My Asian blood has been
Yeah.
screaming for revenge. Oh, but there is something called the Cold War, communism, capitalism, murmur, the monopoly guy.
Yeah. The Monopoly, of course.
Murr, money,
Yeah.
murr.
But yeah, you'll notice that I don't sound all too different from what I usually do, even though I said I was gonna use shitty earbuds.
mm,
I'm wearing the old headset, the broken one, and it's just really uncomfortable, but like I'm just gonna stick through it for the
you,
mic quality.
you mean the exact same recording stuff that we've been doing for the last 4 episodes?
Yeah. Yeah, but I was gonna wear these like shitty temp earbuds, cause
Mm-hmm.
like right. So the headset I got has got those little like ear pads to make it comfortable, like when you have them on your ears,
Mm-hmm.
right? My dog ate one of them. Just, I'm not talking like, oh, she shredded it and like now it's everywhere. No, like consumed it in
Wait,
its
wait, hold on,
entirety.
hold on, hold on. What is the size of these thingies that you're talking about?
They fit in like the palm of my hand.
Oh, so they're small.
Yeah.
Did he
So like,
did he poop it or did he vomit it out?
pooped it, I think. But like it was so thoroughly digested that there was like nothing left of it.
Ew, that's disgusting.
Yes,
So hold
but
on, hold on. Are you
yeah.
are you technically just wearing your dog shit in your ear?
No, what?
So, Non-Canon Cast, episode 4. Hello, my name is Dr. Pierson, and this is my co-host, Dr. Antdemon, who's actually the devil.
Hello. Yep, actually.
Is that a fucking Charizard profile picture on your Gmail account?
Charmander, not Charizard. Get it
Same
right.
fucking thing. I have
It is
never
not.
touched
It is
Pokemon, you
not.
little shit.
It is two evolutionary stages apart.
Two evolutionary stages apart. It looks like the same genus, honestly.
It is. It's
Okay,
good.
never mind then.
Yeah.
Right, so you got your notes and everything?
We have the same notes, Pearson. I see you on the note.
Shh. We have different notes. I don't know what you're talking about. My note says
Yeah,
not canon cast part 4, I think. Yeah, sure, it's pretty. No, never mind, it's the same notes.
yeah, yeah, pretty sure it's four.
Because I would never say, yeah, pretty sure it's 4, because I would be more like, ah, it is the fourth one, compared to you'd be like, wait, is it the fourth one?
Yeah. It's like, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's the fourth one.
Okay, before we start things, what are your thoughts on the episode 2 and 3 so far that I've uploaded yesterday?
Uh, well, I listened to the raw audio of episode 2, and that one was something. I haven't listened. I don't remember episode 3. I'm gonna watch it after we're done with this one.
I think it's my favorite one because you give a little rant about like redaction and forcing Snoopa into changing his article because redaction
Yeah,
bad, redaction.
redaction is bad. Oh yeah, holy shit, a fucking denial. Yeah, you're putting the timestamps of when we record this on the episodes now, aren't you?
I forgot to do that when DoubleDenial told me
Yeah,
the other day, but I was like, oh yeah, I
yeah,
should have done that actually.
yeah. Fucking god damn it, now my yesterday bit is not like intelligible. The best bit I've come up with on this entire fucking cast. Denial, you ruined it. I'm fucking calling you out.
I
Yeah,
I love the whole yesterday joke thing because our
yeah,
our podcast did start yesterday.
yep. Yeah, it's fucking you ruined that bit denial. I'm calling you out. You're not even gonna know I called you out until like a month after this.
A month? What are you talking about? It's been yesterday.
True, we recorded this yesterday.
Wait, hold on. What was this conversation you had in Discord? I was supposed to be recording the next episode of NCC like right now, but Pierson is nowhere to be found.
Yeah,
Do you want to know what
literally.
Do you want to know what happened actually when you were talking about
Sure,
this?
sure, what happened?
I was in my bed. I passed out.
Oh, nice.
I literally forgot about the
Anyway,
whole podcast when I accidentally fell asleep.
incredible, incredible, right?
Right, author
Uh,
seeming to be unwilling to commit to connect articles. Is this actually
This is
true?
this is something I've noticed in the RPC Discord.
And I think,
Uh,
yeah, go on.
what's it called? It's just because like to connect articles together it does require a little bit more legwork than like a standalone article, and a lot of people are actually encouraged to just do like, make it like a really small microcosm and like don't connect it at all, and then slowly work your way up, but no
Mhm.
one, but people have seemed forgotten that second part of work your way to connecting other articles together.
Technically, you don't
It's,
need other people to connect articles. It just really depends on what it is in general.
yeah, but like I'm saying, like people seem like unwilling to make that leap and like connect articles. So it's just like you have all these scientists who like do like one experiment and then proceed to fall off the face of the planet.
Authors even
It's like
too. Yeah, go on.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, and like it's weird, and I was discussing it with Denial, who is in favor of it, and then Dat Top called it like MCU soy, which like
I mean, Datop's opinion's right valid because it's Datop. He's a brain dead
true,
fuck.
true, very true. He's not even gonna know we said that until like a month later.
Exactly. I did like making fun of him for his geography, which is what I love about Datop. He's like that asshole who's so funny.
Says the man who didn't know that fucking Scandinavia is
Norway.
yeah.
That's not my fault. Again, because mythology often at times is not specified to one country. It's usually an entire region. You must understand that.
It's specified to Scandinavia, including which is Norway.
But
Anyway,
yeah, authors seeming. Yeah. This is more of a thing that you've experienced compared to me, where I'm just like, all authors seem to be. It's not a matter of authors unwilling to commit to connect articles. It's more so unwilling to connect, or dare I say, create bigger arcs of stories to make it connect, basically, because it requires a lot of people and so forth. And yeah, again, I think it's just bigger things that are harder to connect versus small things like an article that
yes.
you
Oh,
know
yeah. Although, like, if you do it right, you can do it like basically by yourself. I said do it like 5 times there, but
do it.
I'm yeah, just do it. But I'm working on an article right now,
Hmm.
and so and I've been essentially going like, okay, it happens at this site and this MST is involved. So I go to the index and I very quickly like Control F and like poke through the article.
The industry registry index. Yeah, it's my favorite
Yeah,
site.
yeah. And I Control F and I look through the articles containing those MSTs and sites about information that's like relevant to my article. So it could be like, so for example, in the article I am writing,
Hmm.
there is a section that uses the lab rats, which is an MST that specializes in caves, because it's in a fucking cave.
Hmm. Isn't it not cave?
And
Should have been named Cave Dwellers, on my opinion, but sure, whatever.
I think it's because lab rats was like originally something else, but when the merge happened, it just kind of kept the name lab
Oh
rats.
yeah, no, never mind. That makes more sense actually.
Yeah. So, and this draft that I'm working on takes place in 1998,
Hmm.
and I noticed that in another article, which I will very quickly like scramble around to pull up. Um, the an article that took place in 2015, there was a Commander Eric Vanson,
Hmm.
and so I was just like, you know what would be kind of neat if I like knocked him down a couple ranks and put him in this article in 1998, so that you
Right.
can sort of see like an almost timeline of this person of Eric Vanson like going up the ranks and eventually in 2015 becoming a commander.
Yeah. Character development.
Yeah. Was it was it 381? No, it was not 381.
Hmm.
I think it was 831. Yes, it was.
Yes. Speaking
Yeah,
of
so like eight
yeah, go on.
go on.
No, you go
No,
on.
you go. You
For
go.
fuck's
Fuck you.
sake. Fuck you. Okay. So, speaking of character developments, I've kind of been the same. Let me show you something in my sandbox. I'll give you a link to. So, since 2018, I wanted to basically reuse my characters instead of making new ones constantly with my articles, as you can see here. Ignore the tab ones. That's still in development. Go to the very bottom one that says Office of Personnel Management. And I have a dozen characters so far, ranging from Dr. Amanda Page, which is my main huge character, Dr. Pierre Roberts, and Agent Philip Barrett. There we go. Those were my three main characters that I've been using a lot in my articles, and I've been developing a sort of like who they are with throughout the interviews, recovery logs, and eventually into a tale, and then eventually into the RPC 218 arc canon. Oh, I cannot wait for that to make it happen.
Yeah, like and this is sort of what I mean. This is the sort of cool shit that you could do, and if you do it right, you can do it between multiple authors.
Or by yourself, which I'm trying to do.
Yeah, or by yourself, which is what you're doing.
Yeah.
Like you can do this shit, and this shit's fucking cool because like, while you can do something similar in a no canon or flexible canon, one canon like is like the place to do this.
Yeah, because in non-canon, no one gives a shit.
Yeah, like you can do whatever the fuck you want in like no canon, but like one canon is just like this is the guy, this is his story, you know?
This is a story that you have to care.
Yeah, like you have to like you can follow along it. And like while the articles might be relatively self-contained, by like going through every article and reading them all, you can see like a sort of bigger picture, which is cool. That's fucking awesome. That shit's like that's just my fucking crack, but like no one's supplying it anymore. Like no, everyone refuses to supply to me. Please, I just want crack. That's a quote.
What is that from which show?
No, I'm saying like someone's gonna quote me on that.
Oh, okay. Okay, so yeah, it's essentially the idea of authors seeming to be unwilling to connect to articles is based on your perception. But for me and others, I'm assuming it's based on the context. Like bigger story arcs equals more people involved, which equals to unwilling in the case of Cosmic Embers, and then and so forth, essentially.
Yes.
The aversion of repeating characters by RPC compared to SCP. What do you exactly mean by this? Like Dr. Bright and so forth?
Yes. SCP has quite a few recurring characters that show up in articles over and over and over again.
They're sort of are considered major characters to put it lightly, depending on how you view their canonicity.
Yeah, but with a lot of RPC authors, they seem almost fucking allergic to it.
I think it's
because of the negative reputation that they've sort of garnered from SCP by proxy.
Because no, it's not a matter of like how they garnered from SCP. It's more so of like how the characters present themselves. Like for example, a Dr. Bright, bad stuff. I cannot stay for legal reasons.
Yeah.
I think the only character that I actually like out of all the SCP characters is Dr. Kondraki.
Isn't he the one that was the former GOC member?
No, I think he's a conspired GOC member.
Okay.
No, let me double check his personnel file, which I fucking love. Okay, so previously he was a field researcher, photographer. Wait, what the fuck? Photographer? Had a research for Site 17, administrator. Clearance level 4. History. He signed on with the Foundation, age 35. Currently, he's working on data expunge. Well, no, wait, he's not. No, that's not the one. He's not the GOC agent, I think. Oh well, I think that's because Dr. Kondraki had like a fight on with I think Dr. Roge or Dr. Bright. I can't remember. In universe, by the way, I don't mean like the actual people.
Nah, they threw hands in a Walmart parking lot. It was wild. You should have been there.
Jesus. I think they also killed off Dr. Kondraki, which is kind of stupid.
Did they?
In a non-canon tale, so that doesn't.
Yeah, I was about to say. Like all of them are non-canon. It's fucking.
Yeah, non-canon. But like the story to Dr. Kondraki's death has apparently an emotional kick to it. Apparently, I don't know.
I haven't read it. I haven't read any SCPs in fucking 7-8 months.
Wait, what happened to the actual Dr. Kondraki IRL? Because, fun fact, the major characters in question are basically self-inserts of the actual account.
Yes. Yes, and I think that's another reason why RPC tends to be a little bit more hesitant on doing it, because they don't want to have it be a self-insert.
Oh, I can agree with you 100%. I can tell you right now that that's partly the second reason. Aside from the shitty story arcs, I'm not saying they're shitty, I'm saying like cringe, I guess, or not even cringe, but like, how do I put this in a way that doesn't seem disrespectful?
It is not kek. It is cringe, Pierson.
What's the word I'm looking?
Self-inserts are cringe, Pierson.
It's not likable. There we go. I'll just say not likable to not be mean. They're not likable, and the worst part is self-inserts. Like we had, since 2018, we've had like a no self-insert policy for obvious reasons. Have I ever told you the story of how Dr. Pierson became to be the name itself? How I came to be?
Have not. You have not.
Okay, so the story is much more funnier when you think about it. So I created a character called Dr. Nicholas Riper, right? In the RPC site. So he was my first ever character to be ever featured in an article and so forth. And I don't know why, in the background I made like a huge ton of backstory to this guy that I liked him so much that I actually renamed myself from Operational Wolf, which is my original Wikidot name, into Dr. Riper. But here's the thing though. Some people think I was actually self-inserting, and you kind of start to see why. When in actuality, I wasn't actually. I was just like, oh, I just thought my name as Dr. Riper based on this character, quote, based on this character, not being the character itself, would, not be such a bad thing. But obviously, my argumentatives about, hey, I'm not self-inserting versus the entire RPC community during the 2018 era, was it And so, yeah, I decided to change my name to Dr. Pierson, which is now how it is today.
Yep, and now we're stuck with you.
Aw, thank you.
Truly a fate worse than death.
Yes.
I have no mouth yet, I must insult you.
Oh my god, imagine nobody complained about me being Dr. Riper. I would, today I would be Dr. Riper immediately.
Yeah. I would fucking insult you more. I would have like more ways. Like all you'd be doing was giving me like more ammo. Like not even more ammo, more fucking artillery shells.
Hi, welcome to the Non-Canon Cast. My name is Dr. Viper. We're in alternate timeline 1672, and this is my co-host, Mark.
Why does your name get cooler in my game?
No,
I'm not even a doctor in that timeline.
No,
I'm just
no. In this timeline, you were replaced by Mark.
Oh, fucking.
I think okay.
Damn.
I don't know how you got replaced. I think it's more likely because you never came out of the hospital or something. I don't know.
Oh my god. I fucking in the timeline where Dr. Pierson stayed Dr. Riper, I died of fucking pneumonia in the hospital.
COVID remained us the entire time.
Yeah. God damn.
Well, no, No. I wasn't actually saying you died in the hospital. I'm saying you stuck in the hospital for quite a while.
Yeah.
And then you never joined RPC again. Who knows?
Fuck. Fuck. God damn. All right.
I don't know if that's actually a bad thing if you never joined the RPC.
Oh. Okay.
No, I'm just saying like in an emotional way. Like I wonder what happened if I never met you.
Not much. Like we wouldn't be doing a podcast together, that's for sure.
I would do it with the Italian, but
Yeah.
which I don't know, it would be a bad thing. Honestly, I think it would be worse. An Irish man versus an Italian man in a podcast. So I don't think I would have that chemistry with Mark actually compared to us right now.
Yeah.
God, that's so depressing.
And yeah, what a tangent to go on.
Potential ways to encourage connected articles more.
I don't know what the fuck I was on when I wrote that sentence, but like,
yeah,
let's go.
you were high because you for obvious things you've been making this fucking notes so informal. Like for example, that's right, motherfuckers. We're talking about one canon again, and then
yeah, that's the header.
And then here's another one. Shit we love to see in articles. Shit we hate to see in articles. Formatting fuck ups and how to solve them. What else is here? Bitch. Thanksgiving is a joke. Suck it. No, that's what I said.
You wrote that.
You said happy early Thanksgiving. Oh wait, you're Irish. You don't celebrate Thanksgiving. What a loser.
Yeah, this isn't very formal.
I mean,
like the whole fucking.
Literally last time we talked about the dynamic we had about how you are unprofessional, but yet you are more smart. But here I am professional, but I'm so fucking stupid.
Yeah.
The fucking dynamic duo, honestly.
Yeah.
What a joke.
Yeah.
I feel like we should
You
skip.
know,
Go on.
you know how like most people have like a power team, like you know we complement like each other's weaknesses to like create
We're
a
the
strong. Well,
opposite.
no, we're the
We're
opposite of that. We drag each other down. We're crabs in a bucket.
Should someone ask permission to cross-reference articles if the article is considered utility? Wait, what? Should someone ask permission to cross-reference articles? If it's just considered utility, why can't it be like, in general, doesn't matter what the object class is?
Well, I'm saying utilities is a little tag that you put on certain anomalies when the authority uses them, right?
Yeah, utilities are Thamiel, basically,
Yeah.
yes.
Like, should we be required to ask the author of that utility article to use it in other articles? As like, oh, we have this utilitas anomaly. Should we, you know, fucking ask
Um,
permission from the author? Cause
Utility or not, the obvious answer is yes,
yeah,
because like because the bigger question is, how is the utility article itself being utilized in a different article? Like, does it impact the utility
yeah,
article itself? Does it impact the story that the other utility article is creating, and so forth? All in all, it
yeah,
really depends on like the context, and really depends on like how is this gonna
yeah,
affect not only just
and
within the mainline base lore, but also how these two impact each other.
yes. And another thing I wanted to talk about was you see, in the draft that I was working on, which I mentioned earlier,
Mm-hmm.
I'm using RPC 022, which is a statue, a Roman statue that's come to life and it works for the Authority, which is fucking awesome as a concept, by the way. Uh,
What does the statue do?
now, it's like a sentient, it's like a sapient statue, so like it follows orders, it beats the shit out of people. It's great.
Literally
But
the Argentinian colonel.
yeah, but So in the article, cave, inside the cave is an asphyxiant, which means that if people go down there without specialized equipment, they die.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and so instead of, doing that shit, because the article takes place in Greece and the statue's like a stone's throw away, like it's in Greece also, they're just like, instead of like having all this fucking equipment, let's just send the statue down because the statue doesn't need to breathe.
What's the article number?
I haven't published it yet. The
Okay.
statue's 022.
Can I have the link then to draft then?
It's not on a sandbox, it's on a Google Doc.
I
Because
don't.
I'm working on it with Lee.
I don't really care where it is. Can I have it, please?
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you.
But and so when I was working on this draft, and me and Leaf, because it's a co-authorship thing,
Of course, the
uh,
Canadian trying to pose as a Filipino. Go on.
and so we were just like, we want to use 022 because of this fucking cool thing, and then they were just like, okay, who wrote it? This guy called Dr. Tanuki. Okay, we couldn't find him. He left the Discord.
Wait, what?
He was he like Dr. Tanuki, the guy who wrote 022, left the
Oh,
Discord.
this
And so
one.
I sent fucking I sent Leaf on like a bloodhound hunt across the internet to
Tanuki.
find this guy. And he somehow did through some fucking vile Canadian magic. And
Most likely he just found like his Discord name and the Discord
he
server.
did eventually find a Discord name.
Hmm.
But like, and he messaged him and then asked permission. And I was sort of like thinking about that. It's like that was such a fucking hassle to go through. That took like 3 days of effort to just ask this dude permission to use his article.
Dude, literally, I typed in Tanuki in the server, and I just found his username. It took me like 3 seconds. The fuck are you on about?
Then
3 days?
he probably joined back.
No, he didn't.
Did he not? Because like he wasn't in the server when we tried to contact him. He wasn't in the authority server.
For the time being.
Yeah, probably.
The latest. No, I don't see a Tanuki. Recently joining. I could be wrong though.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, and I was just like, damn, that was a fucking hassle. And I was just like, and this is supposed to be used as like a utility thing. Like the authority's supposed to be using it.
Right. Did he say yes though?
Yes, he said yes.
Oh, okay.
I'm not gonna use the fucking statue without his permission. But like I was sort of like that was such a hassle just because like this guy just got bored of RPC and left. And I was just like, but like the article is like marked in a way that like,
Okay.
you know,
I
the
feel
authorities
I feel
using it.
like okay. I feel like you should rename this into should we ask permission from someone's article who left who has already left the RPC community? I think you should have.
Yeah.
I think you should have reworded that way because I feel like, yes, to a degree, I feel like you don't need permission if they left the community at their own accord, but they didn't delete the article. I feel like authors should have the permission to cross-reference an article, but they can't edit the article itself.
No, that was never the plan for me. That was never a part of the plan.
For me in general, because I've been in your situation before. I always wanted to talk to the original author about something, like edit this or edit that, but I've never got the chance because it's almost impossible most of the time to find the user if their Discord account got deleted or yeeted and so forth, and it's really hard to find like the original author, so that becomes a problem.
Yeah, and it's like, but the article is also labeled utility. The authorities using it. Should we have to like track these motherfuckers down through like the ether?
Again, it doesn't matter if their object class is utility or not because you can still use an article to cross
Yeah,
reference even if it's not
yeah.
utility. Like for
But like
example,
I'm saying, especially when it's utility, because a utility article is almost designed to be used in other articles because it's being utilized by the authority.
yeah, obviously, okay, makes sense.
So yeah, and that was the sort of the crux of why I put that down, because it was such a fucking hassle to find this guy, who I'm sure he's a great guy. Like, he
Or
has done
girl.
nothing, or girl. And I'm sure that I hope him luck in his endeavors, but the hassle you made me go through is unforgivable, and I am sending a pipe bomb. Um,
I mean, I should be the one because I'm an IRA member after all.
True.
Have you ever talked to staff about this? Like, like, hey, can we have a policy concerning about the fact that can we cross-reference to utility articles if the author is no longer present in the community without their permission?
Um, no, I've never had a conversation with staff because this was just sort of a,
Because honestly, I
you
feel
know,
like it is an issue because, like, what if in a scenario where like both their Wikidot and a Discord account got deleted and you'll never know who it is?
yeah,
Like, I feel like that's a situation where a policy is warranted to be created and so forth. So
yeah,
yeah,
and that's why I sort of, wanted to mention it because like, yeah, a policy should be made, I feel like, but I didn't really bring it up to staff because I was just like, oh, we'll fucking talk about it in Non-Canon Cast before we before we actually
do
do
you
anything about it.
would you honestly
Need them.
believe the staff would ever create a policy based on a conversation on a goddamn podcast that they're listening to?
No, but I'm saying that we need those dank views, and it's better if the thing we're talking about is topical.
Oh yeah, speaking of views, our first podcast is about to reach 200 views.
Oh,
Surprisingly,
whoa. 200 people have listened to us ramble about nothing. Incredible.
in the first episode, yeah, I'm just like, what? I feel like cause like I feel like the podcast was gonna get at least like 10 views or whatever, but fucking
Yeah,
200? What the fuck?
I was expecting like 2 and like maybe my mom for like a solid 3.
Yes, but fucking
And then
200
like
views?
yeah, and then I heard like Denial talking about it, and I was just like, and I'm not okay, right. Here's a fun story. So I saw Denial talking about the cast in general chat one day, and I was just like, the non-canon cast, what's that?
What is that?
Yeah. And then like it clicked in my head, like, oh yeah. Because like I was just like, oh, maybe I'll check that out to like listen to. And then I heard it and that was me, and I was just like, wait a minute.
Wait a minute, someone talking about our podcast?
Yeah. I was like, holy shit, that's fucking illegal.
Yeah, both two episodes 2 and 3 have already hit 30 views almost.
Damn.
I'm like, what the fuck? 30 views? What? I can 100% tell you it's a mixture of SCP and RPC people because I did kind of post this all 3 episodes in the Society of Containment Fiction.
Ruh-roh. Um,
Roro, Raggy, Zoinks, Scoops.
oh god.
You mean like common tropes that which we talked about previously?
Yes, but I'm talking because before we talked about common tropes in general, this is specifically stuff that like we adore. seeing. Like we see it, and we're just like, yeah, I fuck with that.
I think personally for me, I think it would be custom photos, like 042, and so forth. Yes, I'm being biased right here right now. So yeah, I think custom photos depicting the RPC itself is really a huge one step way of making it you can picture it in your mind, you can feel it, you can feel the scarcity, and like imagine in your head, but like, what if it's real?
Yeah, yeah, no, I do agree with that. Images really do go a long way to helping out. I just don't have like any talent in like photo editing.
Mm-hmm.
So unless I'm making like a shitty meme,
Or you
so
ask
like I
someone,
can't.
or you ask someone in a Discord server, which they're most
Yeah,
likely capable of doing, which like me for
yeah.
example. Hello.
Like I've had Rotifer draw me a couple things for articles I've done
Mm-hmm.
or articles I'm writing. Uh, but like yeah, no, images do go a long way. And I remember Jocks mentioned a million years ago, even by like the recording session standards. So like by the time this comes out, this is gonna be like ancient history.
Wait, hold on. What was the topic now?
Uh, bringing up something that Jocks mentioned, like a
Jocks?
million years ago. Yeah, Jokesy, Jokes,
Oh, jokes.
Jocks.
Yeah, jokes. Yeah, I say jokes.
I've yeah, no idea how the fuck you pronounce it. I've only ever
Jokes.
seen it written.
Yeah. Well, what do you
Because
say?
I pronounce it Jokes, but Rotifer pronounces it like Jock Z, and then like someone else I heard pronounce it like Jocks, and I was just like, what the fuck?
Wait,
This what the fuck?
was Jocks talking about our podcast in general?
No. But they were talking about how they find it like a violation of the suspension of disbelief that articles
Oh,
don't have images.
you want to know something funny?
But
I sent Tanuki a friend request, and he just said, "What's up?" Oh, nothing. Oh, nothing.
yeah,
Nothing. Me
but
and we're talking about you in our podcast.
yeah,
Podcast.
yep.
Wink. Just
Winky
thought,
face.
just thought it'd be cool to send a friend request to a
Yeah.
fellow RPC writer.
Anyway. But yeah, and it's just like it breaks the suspension of disbelief that the authority wouldn't have at least one image of the thing to
Mm-hmm.
put on the article.
Right.
Which I was just like, yeah, that tracks, honestly. Like, yeah, the authority is like really meticulous in a lot of what it does. Like, no one like whipped out the old fucking iPhone and like took a picture of it.
I mean, there has been a study by I think Oxford or Harvard where the photography of UFOs are so bad in quality, even in like modern devices, that it's almost impossible to capture a real one.
And that's what I'm saying. Like, the authority should have at least one image of the thing, but I tend to not have the images necessary for whatever I'm writing. So I tend to like look around. I remember at one point because I wrote 006, which is the wallet,
Yeah.
and I had briefly considered actually going out and buying a leather bifold wallet just so I could have a picture with it, and I didn't, and I forget why. I think the one I found was too expensive.
Really?
Yeah, because the only actually wait, hold on a second.
What's up?
I I I currently own a leather bifold wallet. It's my main wallet.
You literally own an RPC 006.
I own it. I own 006. It doesn't come to life though, which, it's because it's just a toy, for kids.
Of course,
Wallets.
of course. Also, it would have been very shit. It would have been very bad for you if it was alive, because you would have lost $100 every time anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
It's great to have a pet as a fucking wallet.
Yeah,
Feeding $100. That's the love I
yeah,
give to my little pet wallet.
yeah. Lovely little wallet. I'll take a picture of it later and attach it to the article. I said I will forget by the end of this recording session.
Oh no, I'll remind you. Don't worry.
Okay.
Nah,
But yeah, images, great. We love to see that shit in
what do
articles.
you
Now,
love to see in articles, and in
what
your
do I
opinion?
love to see in articles?
Yes.
I love to see this. All right, you're gonna have to bear with me a second. I
Okay.
love to see human characters
No.
because like a lot of these, not like human anomalies necessarily, but like the people interacting with them being human. Because a lot of
Oh.
times what happens is there's like this thing and it's just like everyone around them fucking acts like a automaton.
Mm-hmm.
That's just like, and it's just like it's so weird because it's just like they don't have individual reactions to it. It's like their entire life begins and ends with that within that article. Um, and I remember it because in one of the first sort of iterations of the Sea Devils articles, the one with the babies with the hair and they eat blood.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, there was at one point, at one iteration, it was just like, oh yeah, he threw this person into the glass container filled with them and it broke. And I'm paraphrasing.
Okay, of course.
I'm paraphrasing. And it broke, and like the reason why he threw him in was because he was actually like an infiltrator from a rival like insurgent group.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just like, that's really not elaborated on at all. You're
Right.
just gonna fucking drop that grenade on the ground and walk away like you didn't.
Fucking Hollywood style.
Yeah. It's like there's something there. There's a history there, but it feels like there isn't because no one bothers to like elaborate on it.
Mm. I
And
think.
so when someone goes the extra mile and sort of gives that personality and gives that almost history to that person, I'm like, yo, I could see this person actually fucking around with a wallet that comes to life.
Right, right.
Yeah, like I can see it. I like that sort of blind between fiction and reality blur together. And then eventually like I become schizophrenic and I start like eyeing my wallet warily from across the room. Like that's what I want. I want to become schizophrenic. That's another quote.
I want to be schizophrenic.
Yeah.
As if you have a choice.
Yeah. Like I want RPC to turn me schizophrenic, but like a lot of authors don't go that extra mile.
I
But
feel
when they
like
do,
I feel I feel like the average SCP-SV writer is already schizo from writing fucking anomalies at this point.
true.
We're a conspiracy, and we're a goddamn conspiracy.
We are conspiracy. We are the chemicals in the water.
We are the chemicals in the water. No, we're the ones who rig the elections.
Yeah. Anyway, moving on to shit we hate to see in
in
articles.
articles. I mean,
Fucking
the obvious one is obviously redaction for you, obviously, since you brought that up so
and
many times.
teleportation. Those two things. I fucking
Okay.
hate them.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Your part's done now. Mine's not my turn.
Yep. Yep. Your turn.
What is it that I actually hate to see in articles? Low effort.
Elaborate.
Okay, so remember, I think it was episode 1, the don't eat the CSDs, please? Or is it episode 2,
Yes.
the Pierson mug
That was
controversy? I don't know which one, but basically, we were complimenting one article where, like, oh, this guy did so much effort, and then later on, we were like, oh, there's not much effort because we could see, like, a little typo here, a lot of spacing here, and so forth. That's what I mean by low effort. Like, if your article contains a lot of bit of typos, or like there are things that you didn't actually listen to the critique I gave you, for instance, then that's what I don't like about not you, but like your work style in
Let's say, I
general.
don't think you've ever cried one of my drafts.
Have I not?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I've only like had a couple on the forums.
Okay.
Three in total.
Okay. Tell you what. Once you get your 354 article going, just send me the forum without context, and I'll just
Alright.
like doing crit.
Awesome. Noted.
Yeah, but another thing that I hate about seeing in articles in general is just that people rush it, which is
Yeah, I feel
which is technically part of the whole low effort argument for me. But yeah, still.
yeah. Like I feel like a lot of things from fuck, what am I trying to say? Some people try to like just pump articles out just a shit ton all at
Mhm.
once because like number of articles written equals quality to some people. And I'm not talking
Mm,
specifically about RPC, I'm talking about like within writing in general.
the Confic community, you mean?
Not like even beyond that, like the writing in general.
I
Like
think
some people seem to conflate things written with things like, being a good writer. But like just
it's.
because you write 1,000 pages of garbage doesn't mean that like you're any better of a writer.
I think it's mainly because of like people see you reputably as like a major contributor. It's not more so about like, oh, I'm pumping these all out because I want to be famous. It's more so like your status quo as a contributor within a community, to put it that way.
Yeah.
That it?
Yeah, so low effort. Yeah, honestly, I can relate because like it's funny because like you can almost like tell from like across the screen just reading the words how much like passion and soul someone put into an article.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Like,
what was that guy? I mentioned him a couple episodes ago. The one with the really fucking long name I couldn't pronounce.
you mean we mentioned a couple episodes ago?
Yeah. Yeah, I forget his name, but it was really fucking long. I couldn't pronounce it.
Really fucking long. Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
I remember now. It was episode 1, and where where you said like you couldn't pronounce it because of like the formatting of the name and so forth, or something like that.
It wasn't even that. It just has like a million fucking consonants and no vowels.
Okay, so he was dumb. Okay.
No, he's not dumb. He was actually really good. He was really fucking good.
And have you ever heard
Uh,
of sarcasm? Hello.
yeah, fuck you. Anyway, but yeah, he wrote like a million articles at once, and like, and he was the guy who wrote the water devil baby thing, which is still an article I really enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
And
Same here.
yeah, and it was weird because like he had this one draft that he wrote that was like a diseased fetus that would like occasionally explode, or like it threatened to explode. It was
Mm-hmm.
going to,
Yeah.
and like you could tell because like that was he admitted that like that was his first draft and he wasn't really proud of it, and you can tell that there wasn't quite as much soul behind it as like the Water Devils.
Right.
It was like palpable, like disregarding like the typos and shit, but like there was some palpable feeling that I could get that like he did not put in as much effort into it. I
Mm-hmm.
don't know whether or not he like finalized it and has uploaded to the forums. If he has, then I'll probably like track it down and credit.
Is he still
But
around?
like yeah, he recently got out of Kool-Aid, so he's back. He took a
Kool-Aid?
short break, college.
Oh. Yeah, I thought I heard Kool-Aid for something. He took a short break from Kool-Aid. Like, oh yeah.
Yeah, no, we all drink the Kool-Aid here in RPC. Uh, but yeah, low effort, fuck low effort, and fuck redactions, fuck teleportations. But you already know that about me.
Of course. Also, to the
Yep.
author who said he was dumb, I was just joking. I actually love you so
Yep.
much.
Yeah. We Pierson is running at you full speed.
In
To
apologetic
Paul.
tears, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
here, you can have my lab coat, you can have my ID card, just don't cancel me in Twitter.
Yeah. You can't have the mask though. The mask stays.
Oh no, yeah, the mask stays because it's
Yeah.
part of my appearance, like 049.
Formatting fuck ups and how to solve them. We might be able to skip this one because this is more for like a personalized
Yeah,
thing.
you're supposed to mention this in your video that you've never got working for some
Shut up.
reason.
I still have the tutorial bookmark. Shut up. I've been busy and stuff.
I mean, you didn't seem so busy when we're doing our podcast.
Yeah, just because I have like an hour put out of my day specifically for it.
Yeah, and that doesn't excuse you from pouring out an hour into making a video at least.
Shut up. All right, I'll work on it. I promise.
When you're
I
uploading
pink.
it though, because if you upload it, you know I can promote you, right?
Yeah, I pinky promise. At some point in the future, I will make RPC videos.
Actually, I need to be very careful when I'm making a deal with you. You're a fucking devil after all.
Yeah.
For all I know, you can take my soul without me realizing. Hold on, this is not part of the deal.
Irish soul tastes like Guinness.
When in actuality, it's just a rice.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just like weird. There's a fucking weird taste of fish and rice in here.
Fish.
Yeah.
Pacifica Islander fish.
Yeah. Is clinical tone a tool to make articles better or a hindrance to work around?
I think it's neither. It's just clinical tone exists as a form of like consistency and a respect, like the concept idea of like, oh, the article in question makes it look like it's written by a researcher. That's the general concept of the whole article format in the first place.
Yeah. Yeah, although I do admit sometimes, right, when I'm fucking writing an article out, I'm just like, holy shit. I wish I could use slang.
Slang? Why?
Or like not even slang, just like some kind of shorthand or just write like how a normal person would speak. Because I've noticed what happens is that whenever I do tend to write for RPC, all of my writing gets affected by it
Mm-hmm.
because all of my writing becomes super like formal, and even my speech begins to become more formal.
Good. You're
Like,
becoming me.
yeah, I work at a fucking pizza place, right? And so like, do you,
I just
yeah,
in
yeah,
my mind
like.
immediately I know what's gonna happen now, but go on.
Yeah. So like some guy goes like fucking like oh I need to could you grab more pepperoni from the back or wherever the fuck, and I'm just like, of course I will get to that as soon as I am able. And I'm just like I'm some fucking like 17th century aristocrat.
Hey, Aunt, you better get the pizza in the back. Yes, I shall immediately grab upon the edge of the corner box of a pizza,
Yeah.
and henceforth pass it on to you. Full stop.
Yes. Yes. Like, I don't fucking like when I'm not writing for RPC, I talk like a normal fucking person, but when I am actually like writing for it, I suddenly
Hello,
become like,
hello, fellow colleagues. My name is Dr. Antdem0n. It is a pleasure to meet you. Handshake. Preposterous, but I shall extend my hands forth to commence anyway.
yeah, yeah,
Hi, my name is Antdem0n. Hi, my name is Dr. Antdem0n.
yeah, like greetings, friends.
Greetings, Dr. Pierson.
Yeah,
How's forth the weather today?
yeah.
You
Fucking at a restaurant with the boys, it's just like, I believe that me and my friends shall partake in some of your finest root beer.
You mean wine? Wine, you say? Don't you mean a Guinness beer from the country of the Republic of Ireland, where I reside? Fucking fancy
Yeah.
talk.
Yeah, yeah, like my language becomes more formal in day-to-day life, and I'm just like, fuck,
I
why
mean,
can't I write like a normal person
to be
anymore?
honest with you, that's a good thing because it's sort of, it sort of makes like you as a professional person who has like professional history or something.
Yeah, although it's funny though because like when I speak, I swear like a sailor, and you know this.
I actually don't. He never told
And
me this, and I'm so
uh,
dumb to my surroundings.
yeah, well, you can tell that I swear a lot,
I mean,
like
so do
of
I.
this podcast.
I'm literally
Yeah,
fucking Irish. I swear more than you
yeah,
do.
yeah. So like I swear a lot, and I really shouldn't. I should cut back on it. But like,
Yeah, same here.
it's weird because sometimes the formal like words will mix with the swears.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's just like, good sir, here is your sausage pizza. Here's your fucking sausage pizza.
Here is your disgusting pizza that you call a slob on a Chicago bed.
Yeah, it's just like, yes, my good bitch. Here's
Yes, my good bitch.
here's the pizza you have requested from me.
That's so random. I'm sorry, the way you said my good bitch it's so I'm crying. I just imagine we're in a fancy restaurant and some lady waitress comes along to pass her fucking pizza. Thank you, my good bitch. What the fuck? That's not even like slang or formal. That's just in between. Oh my god. You made me choke my fucking water.
Good. The new RPC world map, the update. Because I know the map's not new, but the update is. I saw you fucking write that shit.
Yeah, it's not new. It's a
Yeah, the map's
thing.
not new, but the update. It's been updated, and the update is new.
You want to know the funniest part again?
What?
You want to know something funny?
Sure.
I was the one who's supposed to update this shit.
Yeah.
But I never managed to because I forgot about it.
Nice. I think Qual did ultimately.
Yeah, I asked Blair once for permissions. He gave it to me. Don't delete anything, just update it. And then 2 years later, 2022, we're here now talking about it.
Whoopsies.
Oops. Sorry, Blairin.
But I fucking love this map. I fucking adore this map, right?
I don't
I was,
like this.
you don't. Elaborate. Explain right now.
Like, obviously, out of all people to like this, it should be B, right? But for some weird reason, I don't.
And why not? Why don't you like this?
I don't know. It just feels wrong. Like, as a fellow map maker, second to TTPY, no, first to TTPY, it just feels wrong because it doesn't feel consistent. Because we have like a PCAO base that's not party authority, and then we have an MST based location followed by like sites and now RPC locations that are basically the discovery of each RPC, right? But I feel like it's not necessarily wrong. It feels incomplete, to put it that way.
Yes, but you know, that's why we can update it. Like a certain Irishman I know was supposed to and then didn't.
In my opinion, I feel like we should have not included RPCs in this map.
Yeah, where they were discovered.
Yeah, because it just feels weird. I prefer to have like sites and like. Well, here's the thing though. This map is being used in the site index, which lists out the RPC sites, right? It doesn't make
Yes.
sense if like RPC discovery locations are included as well. I feel like that should be a separate thing in a different map.
Maybe, but like also not every site is on here.
That's mainly the argument is basically that's because sometimes the locations are redacted and aren't shown up on the map for obvious
Well,
reasons.
no, even like sites that have locations like marked down aren't on here. Such as 026, which is in a town in Greece. Like it's specifically in a town in Greece, and is where 022 is held. And if you look in that area, not fucking there. So I think we should execute Qual for forgetting a single site. I mean, he's probably forgotten more, but like,
There's a lot more than this shit, I can tell.
yeah. But yeah, like there are sites. There should be more sites on here. If this is the map shown on the site index, then every site should be jotted down on here. Yeah.
Yeah. But I feel like
Like
it's gonna be a bit difficult to include a few that have like the site redacted.
Well, yeah, that's why we don't include them because they're redacted. Or you could put them on like 00 in like the fucking middle of off the coast of Nigeria.
Or like you could put like, for example, like the locations they're in are redacted, but the what's the word? But the regional command that they're in are not redacted, so you can technically speculate and like guess like based on like the article. Like for example, if the site is mentioned in an article, but their site location is redacted, you can technically look through the discovery section. Where like, oh, this anomaly was discovered in Russia, and it does coincide with the regional command of the site is in Eastern Command, and you can technically guess it's somewhere in Russia.
Although, like, I remember like tabbing through the map, and I remember seeing like one anomaly in upstate New York, and I was just like, oh, what's that one? And I saw RPC 107, and that's where it was discovered in Syracuse, New York. And I was just like, oh yeah, that's neat. I click on the article, I wrote it, I forgot about it again.
You forgot about your own work.
Well, no, this is like the second or third time I've forgotten this particular article I wrote. Because remember, I mentioned on that one podcast, a previous episode, that I had trouble remembering the second article I wrote.
I love how you corrected yourself from. Oh, I remember that from that one podcast, as if you weren't part of that podcast.
Yeah. Shut up.
How could you honestly be adverse to like forgetting your own articles? Honestly.
I just fucking forgot I wrote it. I forgot it exists.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I have don't remember writing a few articles, but I remember the rest of the articles that I have worked on. So I do understand where you're from.
Yeah.
I think
I was just like,
I think it's mainly because like they're not as popular, or like they're not as memorable as you wrote them. To put it that way.
we did mention at one point that we should bring like a guest on once, but like I can't really think of anyone who would be a good You know, Denial would be good because
He
he's
does.
working on
Yeah,
that.
he's actually a fan of the podcast because he listens to our podcast while he writes down whatever article he's working on. Apparently.
Yeah, but we're also working on that whole Midas touched event, which I want to change the name of, but that's like a different conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And have you heard of that?
No. Do elaborate a bit.
Okay, so it is a little thing that I have signed up for actually, where 7 different authors write 7 different articles, each one based around one of the 7 deadly sins.
Of course.
And you know, more in just theme, it's also sort of connected to the fact that like all of the people who bear the curses of these, because like it's people being punished for partaking in that particular sin, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so they're trapped in, you know, objects, or maybe they have like anomalous. In fact, it's a little bit freeform. Uh, but like the same entity cursed all 7 people to suffer for their sins.
Mm.
And that's pretty much the long and short of it. And I was just like, that's fucking cool and a good example of the things that one canon can do.
Oh, right.
So I'm gonna sign up for that. And so I did, and I got Pride,
Yes.
which is fitting because I have a massive ego problem. In fact, I volunteered for Pride. I specifically said, like, I have a massive ego problem. That
You
makes me
you
qualified
you
to
you
write Pride.
you literally. Oh, you literally mentioned how you have a pride ego.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just like, I have an ego problem. That makes you qualified to write Pride. Tag me in, coach.
You know the way that you asked, like, oh, what if we bring in a third person for an episode, right?
Yeah.
I literally went on to RPC General, asked DoubleDenial if he wanted to join for an episode, and then Leaf came in to say it should have been me, not him. No, literally have a look at the RPC General right
The fucking Yu-Gi-Oh
now.
game.
Give me a date and time. Next episode, episode 5, episode 5.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? We'll bring in the next episode.
Leaf?
Suturing.
Yeah, sure.
Also, but I'm very concerned though.
Uh,
Because it's gonna be a trio of people just arguing.
Yeah.
as if Dr. Antdem0n and Dr. Pierson is enough. Another Leaf man comes in.
Yeah, right. We're going Mr. Worldwide.
Mr. Worldwide.
Yep. Yeah. Alright, so we talked about the map, went on a tangent about Midas touched, which wasn't even fun. Actually, shit, I was planning on saving that to the next episode. It's fine.
Wait, what's the other one?
The Midas touched.
The what now?
I was planning on that's the event, the 7 deadly sins.
Okay, next episode with
Yeah.
Leaf man.
Yeah, I was planning on saving that to the next episode, but it's fine. It's
Yeah,
whatever.
we're already into an hour and 2 minutes.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I'm just like, the fuck happened? Into the next conversation. Do you know what it is, Ant?
I do know what it is, and it's the one that you added.
Yeah, because I feel like it's appropriate. Well, I'm not saying it is appropriate, but still.
Uh-huh.
Read
You
it
wanna
out
shovel
loud.
with that
Read
good
it out
digging you're
loud. Read it out loud, Ant, because I just
Alright.
can't.
E-dating on the RPC server. Specifically, the Coupon X Kaiser affair.
And
I
then,
did not write this.
and then there's other
Pierson
people.
did.
No, I did not.
And then there's other people.
For legal reasons, so that we don't get defamation sued by either Kaiser or Coupon or both. I did not write this.
Yeah, for legal reasons, that's a joke.
It's a joke.
Yeah.
Believe it or not, e-dating on the RPC server is honestly common than you may have believed.
Is it? Because I have no experience with this, so this is gonna be like
that's
all-
mainly
this-
because like it's a more of a hush hush thing until like somebody finds out about it.
Yeah. All right. Fucking. All right. Tell us the story. Give us the big scoop, Pierson.
Which one?
The fucking e-dating.
I just know for a fact that there have been a lot of, not a lot, but like a few authors since 2018 that have gone on like an e-dating sort of relationship, to put it that way. But most of them are like tame. It's nothing serious or anything. Nothing that's kind of bad in any way. Like however you do in a relationship with a person on the RPC server, that's entirely up to you. It's not our business. I'm just restating the fact that e-dating is surprisingly common than many would have anticipated in the RPC server. I just cannot give out names for obvious reasons.
Yes, of course, of course.
But obviously, I can give you out Coupon and Kaiser, which is like the big deal, the mother,
Yeah.
the grand scheme of relationships within the RPC server. I'm not okay. Listen, I know Kaiser listens on the podcast because I know he's still out there and has been commented in my videos before. Kaiser,
I love the phrasing of that. He's out there somewhere.
No. I'm not even joking. He literally watches my videos, like my main Dr. Pierson channel videos. I know he's still out there. He is listening to the podcast, so I'm just very careful about how I word these things. Like, okay,
Yes.
Kaiser, if you're listening to this, I'm not in any way judging your relationship or how you deal with it. I am merely just like stating that, hey, Kaiser, it's not my business, but hey, nice one.
Yeah. Yeah, nice fun. I'm gonna like pull up my blinds and I'm gonna see like Kaiser with like a rifle fucking taking aim at me.
Sniper team filled with Kaiser troops.
Yeah. Yeah, oh god.
For the Kaiser.
Yeah.
So the story of the Kaiser coupon affair. What do you know about it?
I used to know all about it because I was active on the Discord at the time. However, I forgot completely about it, and I mentioned this to you. I forgot it happened.
Yeah, it's so surprising that Coupon was in a was in a relationship, or is. I'm not even sure what their status relationship is at this point. Is in a relationship with Kaiser. Like, I was so surprised when that news bombed.
Yeah, like I was just like, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't really mind it too much when it came out because I was just like, oh, neat. Back to shitposting in general.
I'm pretty sure that should have been the common like reaction in my opinion, but I guess me and some people were like, "Yo, Coupon and Kaiser, whoa." Honestly, again, that's so surprising. But like how it boiled down is because if I can't remember the specific details. I think it was because Kaiser was on a tangent. The staff banned him, and then he deleted his articles and left, and asked Coupon if he could leave with them, Romeo and Juliet style. Yeah, and that's it.
Yeah, it was kind of wild, and there's some more stuff with Blaren as well, because like the Blaren stuff and the Coupon Kaiser stuff happened at the same time, and
Yeah.
arguably because of each other.
Yeah, because
it was-
Blaren overreacted, to put it that way, or like did some things that weren't exactly staff approved that caused Kaiser to leave or slash banned with Coupon along, and then Blaren got demoted.
Yeah, for a while, and now he's back. Hi, Blaren.
Unsurprisingly.
Please don't kill me.
Hey, Blaren, please don't kill us. We're literally just complimenting how big your American ego is in a good way.
Yeah, you know, I'm sure your muscles are ginormous, and you know.
We're complimenting your balls and muscles, man. America,
Yeah.
Florida, man. Yeah, please don't kill me. Don't ban me, please.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole situation with the Coupon and Kaiser, it was kind of unprecedented because it's kind of sad to see like two people that you like just gone.
Yeah, because I never really held any ill will towards Coupon or Kaiser.
Yeah.
Like they both seemed like very good people,
Mm.
and like Blaren did overreact. Okay, I'm gonna be blunt, right?
Okay, go on.
And I'm already like waiting for the execution squad to roll up outside. Blaren's a dickhead.
Oh no, he is an absolute dickhead sometimes. I don't
Yeah.
like him. Just because
Like,
listen,
it's not.
just because I say I don't like him, I genuinely don't. I genuinely mean it, but at
Yeah.
the same time, I treat him as like a respectable coworker that I don't like.
Like yeah, like the only reason I sort of still like Blaren is that he tends to be an asshole towards people I don't like also.
Oh, okay, that seems valid. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm just like, oh well, he's a dick, but he's also not a dick to me, and he's a dick towards these people I don't like. So I'm cool with him. But Coupon and Kaiser were sort of the first people that I personally saw him be a bit of a dick to, who I didn't hate, and I was just like, wow, this is a little bit of a dick move.
Yeah,
But
but
it's-
Baron, how dare you?
Yeah, but also like Blaren's been here for so long, and he runs it fairly well. Like he runs it pretty well. He runs this because RPC is just a group filled with like contrarian autists, and the fact that like he's
I beg to
like
disagree on
him-
that.
well, yeah,
The contrarian autist part, I don't. I understand that's a joke, but I feel like you could have
Worded that a bit more gently.
Not gently, like in an honest way, where like RPC staff is filled with like honest people that are trying their best to make RPC survive through hard times, but also just make sure that a power struggle doesn't exist with the whole CFO
But like,
situation.
yeah, no, I like a lot of the staff, honestly. Like, I can't really think of any staff member who like I'm just like, ah, fuck that guy, you know?
I,
Like Alma, I'm Alma's recipe dealer.
he's not RPC staff. He's just a junior mod. Oh no, he's a junior
Oh
staff.
yeah,
Never mind.
yeah, I was about to say. He's because they made a new role for him because like he wanted it,
Steward.
or they or she. I forget what he uses.
It was Proto, I think
Some
it was.
trees. Uh, no, Alma got it and then Proto also got it.
Oh, okay, that's how it is. Okay.
Yeah, but speaking of Proto, I like Proto. I fucking used to play Uno with him. Speaking of, if you're listening to this Proto, when are we gonna fucking play Uno again?
Yeah, I think Proto personally, I think he's a respectable but not likable person.
Yeah. He's got some weird opinions on things, but like honestly, it makes him
I
fun
feel
to
I feel
talk
I
to.
feel I feel like the way you said weird opinion is exaggerated because it's much weirder than that.
Yeah, but like honestly, I like it. It makes him fun to talk to.
I mean, he's okay. Like I don't agree with him with a lot of things for obvious reasons, and yeah, I think he's pretty chill. Like if like if he was like a serious person, then I would like him a bit more. I'm not saying like I don't like people who joke around a lot. I do like people who joke around, but like not all the time. I prefer people who do half.
Yeah, but like for everyone else, I haven't really talked too much, or at least I don't talk too much anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, but like I've never had really like a bad experience with the staff of RPC, including Blairin, honestly, like yes, he's a bit of a dickhead, but like I've never had a bad experience talking to him.
He's a
And
respectable
like
dickhead.
yes, and like I used to talk to Thermic a lot back in 2018, not really too much anymore, but whenever we do talk, it's always like, a good time. And like and that's pretty much my opinion for the rest of the staff. Like I don't talk to them very much, but when I do, it's always a good time. Like I like RPC staff.
We can talk about like wait, how come I can't edit? Oh, it's probably because that's why. We can talk about these ones. This.
Yeah, the next fucking thing is yeah, RPC staff and our irrelevant opinions
Yeah, it's
on
on
them.
them.
That's the title of the next fucking header.
Do you think? Do you think the RPC staff are doing their jobs in your opinion?
I think like at least for Discord, because that's the one I interact with the most. The Discord staff are, because like as soon as like some shit pops up, or some shit even like threatens to pop up, they like the person who broke the rules gets fucking like elbow dropped through a table like instantly, like within the hour.
I mean, that's if there's any RPC staff online.
Online, yeah, but that's like a time zone thing, and that's not really a. It's not really fair to
Oh,
to judge someone who's sleeping.
so it's just me then. Fuck's sake.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Well, that's like I said, that's a time zone thing. It's not fair to judge someone when they're asleep.
Well, I'm a fucking awake and I need a goddamn staff at the moment. Irish time zone, bitches. Um,
Yeah.
Personally, I think no. I disagree with you.
Okay. Go on.
Should I though?
Yes. It's
Okay, that's a joke. I think some of the staff are reliable. Some of them are, some of them aren't. Okay, I'm just gonna cut this part out and just say, oh, I think the RPC staff are doing a splendid job.
okay, great.
um, but on a serious note, though, I think some of the staff are genuinely doing their job. Some of them with low effort, some of them with good effort in terms of the Discord server, because most of them are just shitposting. Let's be honest here. They're not exactly doing their jobs unless it's actually a very serious situation, obviously.
Fair, what is there to do?
Whatever is there to do?
Yeah, like actually, like this is an honest question. Like, they only really show up when someone's breaking the rules because that's what they're there for. They're essentially the police, except instead of like going to jail, you just like can't access a Discord server.
Hmm.
So it's just like, what do you want them to do? Do you want them to fucking go on patrols? Like, when something isn't actively going wrong, they don't do much because that's, not their thing.
I think personally, from
Yeah.
my experience, I just think, oh, these are just shit posting people. They don't actually take their job seriously unless it warrants them to.
Yeah, of course. And my opinion is that you're a bitch, but
And my opinion is that you're an ego piece of shit.
yes. Anyway.
Perfect.
What's the next one?
Does the crit team even crit anymore?
I know Red does occasionally.
He's like the only one that matters. HF Dummy does as well.
Oh yeah, that's true. Yeah.
He's the best guy.
Yeah.
Uh,
But yeah, no, the crit team's kind of weird. I'm pretty sure the crit team's like a relic of like a former age.
it literally is because it was made after CFO was ousted. I think it was.
Yeah, it's just really strange. It's just
Like to a degree, it is a functioning team of two people, Red and Dummy. But in terms of other people, I don't think so.
yeah, like they're just kind of there and they just have a different colored name and there's not much to it other than that.
Well, the whole point is like you bothered them for your own article.
Yeah. But like, still, it's weird that they still exist when people tend to not turn to crit team anymore. They tend to turn to like other users that they talk to.
Right. Usually writers, but yes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, of course it's gonna be like writers or artists, because like white names and shit names, they don't crit. Are you crazy?
I mean, there are in some rare occasion, I would imagine they do.
There's there's actually one guy in the crit team who critted a shit ton that he got on the crit team, but
Mm-hmm.
he never actually wrote anything himself.
That's interesting.
Yeah. But yeah, it's great.
Interesting. So, how do you want to end this?
Uh, a happy early Thanksgiving, except happy late Thanksgiving because this episode's gonna be uploaded like a month later. So
No, tomorrow.
happy, true, but Merry Christmas, happy, what the fuck's the other ones? Hanukkah and Kwanzaa.
Or, we could just talk about something else for one more conversation.
Oh, okay, yeah. Did you have any ideas in mind? Because I'm out of
No,
notes.
no, because I was going to ask you.
Oh, okay.
I mean, if you don't, we
Um,
could still end it here.
yeah, I don't really have any ideas. Honestly, I was kind of running out of ideas when I was making the notes.
Yeah.
Like I think one of my notes on RPC staff and our relevant opinions on this was I don't really want to talk about this, but I am running out of
Right, yes,
ideas.
I can see it right now, actually.
Yeah.
Actually,
Like the entire staff conversation was like the last resort, and we drew it like 15 minutes ago.
Actually, I think I do have something else in mind before we end this.
Sure.
What are your...
Incredible.
Yeah, I'm just thinking. Give me 1 second. I'm just thinking, because I had a potential interesting idea a while ago here. Oh, actually, yeah. I think I do have something in mind. So, Red, have you seen my latest video, the one before the spooky RPCs one?
Did you just call me Red?
And hello, and did I say Red?
Yeah, I think you did.
Oh my god. Exist Red. Red's cousin, Ant.
Yeah. Yes.
Hello.
Of course.
Okay, so have you seen my video about let's talk about anti-authority nations?
I've not watched it.
Have you seen the one that's about let's compare anti-authority and anti-foundation
I've
nations?
seen I've seen like the thing. I've seen the thumbnail and I've read the title, but I've never actually watched the video.
Basically, it's about like countries that are against the RPC authority, right?
Yes.
Do you believe a country like the United States would be against the RPC authority in some aspects of areas?
Yes. Absolutely they would.
In what areas are we talking about exactly, in our own opinion?
Well, right, we already have our version of the authority, except they're like dumber and more evil, and that's called the CIA.
No, that's called the CIA's Special Activity Center, Pantheoside-9.
Yeah, and also the FBI and the ATF and all the other federal agencies. They're just the authority, but dumber and
God,
more
the
evil.
ATF is so based. Ugh.
I'm gonna fucking kill you. But
Yes.
um,
Imagine I actually wrote an article about the
yeah,
ATF. That'd be so
like
awesome.
no fucking sentence you have said in this entire podcast has made me angrier in such a short amount of time.
Do you own guns?
Huh? Freaking.
Okay, go, kill.
Mm, mm.
The ATF?
I
Ah, the Lord
I
and Saviors. Uh,
yeah, I will not answer the question.
okay,
I will
but
not comment. But
okay.
all right. So essentially, what I'm pretty sure what would happen is that the United States would be like, oh, we already have all these fucking alphabet soup organizations. Let's just make another one for the paranormal.
Alphabet suit organizations.
Yeah, like let's
CIA,
just
FBI.
yeah, let's just have another one and like have that be done in American borders. And like if the authority were to try to like show up and do all this shit, the United States government would be like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, they tried to do that during the since the foundation of the United States of America, but they failed so hard.
And like and so yeah, like they would be pretty much opposed to the authority at every stretch. Uh, Simply because America has not a good record for allowing things from outside the country affect it. No, instead we let Americans burn our country to the ground, as it should be, as God intended. But
Right.
and I feel like a lot of nations do that. I think like the probably the most pro-authority like region there would be is probably the European Union, honestly.
Oh, yeah, no, I can tell you that 100% right now. They are because it's not a matter that European nations have like limited ability to contain anomalies. There are some European nations that have the equivalents to the U.S. and authority ability to contain anomalies. It's just that smaller nations would how do I put this lightly? Would relegate that power to the authority or through the EU's external relations with the authority and so forth. And mainly that's because it's a compromise and also historical relations. In my video, the let's talk about anti-authority nations. It's a matter of like the authority's origins, the authoritas predecessor, the authoritas imperata, their existence throughout history has relegated the relations with like the government's originating founders, and then since then they've allowed and maintained the authority to operate within the European continent.
And it's like I still been meaning to write that one story about the Imperial Authoritas, but I never really got around to it. Eventually, TM, soon TM, just like the video, just like the next episode of this.
Yeah, you did believe that the United States would be super anti-authority and concerning to authority operations within domestic borders. But do you think? I mean, this is kind of evident based on lore, obviously. But do you think they should remove the authority out of the United States territory?
Well, what the government should do and what the government ends up doing tend to be very different. Uh,
Obviously.
Ultimately, in terms of like in-universe, talking like completely in-universe from an in-universe perspective and not meta or for the story or for whatever the fuck. Uh, I don't think that the U.S. government should kick out the authority, only
Oh,
because,
oh, that's
yeah,
interesting.
yeah, fuck, the most the most pro-America.
The most controversial opinion from an American.
Yeah, right. Like it's like I don't think the government is necessarily evil. What?
And why do you think that? But I also know why you're gonna say it.
I just think that the authority is better equipped to handle the anomalies than the U.S. government is, and on top of that, they do have some measure of oversight by the United States Security Council, which granted isn't the best oversight because it's the United Nations, but it's still better than nothing. And like as we've seen, when the governments of the world do come together to sort of take the authority down a peg, it works. Budget cuts.
Yeah. Well, it's more so during the budget cuts. It was more so the United States led the effort of like making sure the authorities punished, but like the authority made
Yes.
sure of that. Well, here's the thing though. After the events of failsafe, it was more so the U.S. were so pissed off, and that the authority, not wanting to leave the U.S. territory for obvious reasons, they bribed them in billions and basically allowed the U.S. to have some sort of oversight within authority operations, limited authority operations, mind you.
Yes, and yeah, so like they have more oversight. They're more accountable to, the people who their actions affects, and they're more limited in operations. So honestly, and on top of that, they have because I've never actually seen an article written using the American AOI.
I mean, there have been a
So
few
like,
handful, but I think it's just your experience.
yeah, but like that also means that like the American Anomalous organization doesn't really contain a whole lot of shit, while the authority has a lot of shit contained in America.
I
So
think
they clearly have more experience even in America with containing
I
anomalies.
think it's more so the influence of the authority as opposed to like, oh, they just don't have that many containment operations. It's just that the U.S.
Yeah.
government is capable of doing it. It's just a matter of like how they're able to do it, and without the politics getting into it that might fuck up the fundings and potentially cause national security.
Yeah. But yeah, so like essentially my argument boils down to the authority. I trust a shadowy intergovernmental organization more than I trust the US government. So
How ironic.
this has somehow looped back around to me hating the American government again.
I mean,
I managed
that's because okay, not to get too political here, but like, it's super dangerous to trust the U.S. government to a degree when it comes to the anomalies, who, depending on whatever political power is in the House and the government right now, because it's really hard to imagine you're the president of the United States, right? It's really hard to mix to like not mix, but like to separate political affiliation and matters of national security. Let's be honest, right there.
Yes.
It's more so the fact that each U.S. president has varying opinions of how they approach the authority, with President Ronald Reagan, Woodrow Wilson, and God forsake, fucking Andrew Jackson and George Washington. Yes, those two people had a sort of like are more lenient towards anti-authority ideology, and when you go against an organization that's their job to make sure that your own people don't die, it kind of does fuck up like the status quo of like containment operations within Northern America. And so
Yes.
it's really hard to like be a president where you are trying to do your civic duties and protecting American lives, but also making sure foreign influence as such the authority doesn't, fuck you up.
Yeah, I also think that and this brings up another point. How an American agency would deal with the anomalous would vary wildly over the years as different people get into power, because you cannot control who becomes president eventually.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, you cannot control it. However, with the authority, right? Someone who always will like maintain the veil and do their best to maintain the veil will always be in charge of that respective section of the authority, because that's the whole point.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
also yeah, go on, sorry.
so like the objective never changes, but unlike a president whose objectives might change every 4 years or every month, depending on who buys them.
I mean, the authority does. I can tell you this right now. The authority does bribe certain people in Congress to make sure certain legislation does not affect them.
Yeah. Although to be fair though, I don't think the authority cares that much about certain like legislation.
I mean, in terms of national security
Yeah.
legislations, yes, but like in general,
Yeah.
nah.
I was about to say like, oh guys, there's a fucking, mega Deathatron 3000 in here, but we can't go in there. That'd be breaking and entering, man.
Well, here's the thing though. I'm pretty sure they do bribe certain congressmen because I can tell you 100% certainty. Like, I'd imagine there are some senators who are briefed about the veil and so forth, but they're also sort of for removing the authority against their territory, and in secret, the authority would finance the opponent of the campaign in the next election. If you fucking dare spill some shit about the authority about being removed as a campaign promise, you are gonna be run out of the election next time.
Yeah. Like, we will eat your legs.
You literally. Like, I'm
Do
not
you know
even.
what happens?
Yeah, go on.
We will just straight up eat your legs. We're not feeding you to an anomaly. It's just us.
I think it's even worse. I think they're gonna expose them to an anomaly where like they're not gonna feel their legs, but in actuality their legs are there.
Yeah, so that's what I think about the American government. I hate the American government.
I love the American government. The size of the government itself, it's so based. The agencies, the structure, the bureaucracy, the executive
every
decisions.
word you are saying is making me violently angry.
The president of the United States. God bless fucking America.
Okay, that last bit I agree with. God bless America, but
No. I'm saying God bless America, government in secret.
oh no, no.
I'm proud to be a federal
You're-
agent.
You anger me, Pierson.
And let's be honest here. We're working for a shadowy government organization that controls the U.S. government and secret quid pro quo.
I mean, yes, but that still doesn't like exclude me from hating the American government.
I mean,
Like those are not mutually exclusive.
I mean, if you hate it so much, then why don't you ask the directorate to have them finance your campaign for president?
Violent. Oh, campaign president. Okay, I thought you were gonna go for like a violent revolution. That was what I was like yearning for.
Oh no. That's Kana Plan 6724. They just want to make sure that you becoming president is a thing that statuses the authority in the domestic affairs.
Honestly, like if I were president and like the shadowy like intergovernment organization to contain the anomalous step forward, like I'd probably fucking be like, all right, fuck. But like, well, shit. Like what the fuck? And that's gonna be like the weirdest fucking shit, right? Because like imagine being like a politician and like you become, president, and like you become aware of the anomalies. How is that conversation gonna go down? It's just like, right. So you want to sit down for this? So
Honestly, I think it would terrify the living shit of any legislation man being briefed the first time. Senator Armstrong, we have some classified briefings we need to talk to you about. Oh, I've already been briefed about my classified briefings. Not this one, sir. This one
Yeah.
pertains to the reality of the situation that you are in.
yeah, it's like right. So now just bear with me, right?
Just bear
So
with
what
me.
if we were at any given point 5 seconds away from complete world annihilation? Like, oh yeah, nuclear war. It's like no.
I'd be the advisor laughing in the background and how the senator answered ridiculously. I was like, nuclear war.
Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah, it's just like no, right. So we may or may not have a portal to hell. Like actually.
Portal to hell. God is real? No. God isn't
Well,
real.
kind of. He's kind of real, but I'm pretty sure he's abandoned us.
Abandoned us? Sir, are you sure he's not
Right.
contained at Site 42 with Zeus and all?
Yeah, it's fucked if I know. I'm not high enough clearance.
Okay, that's before we end this. I actually have one more thing to ask you about. If you were that senator, how would you honestly feel being briefed by a random military general who came out of nowhere from the shadows with many men in black coming in as well, looking at you, asking you to sit down? He sits down as well, hands you over a classified briefing with a giant ass folder that says classified, official, top secret, level 4 clearance only, and so forth.
Yeah.
How would you feel if you were briefed about the veil? And how would you feel like being briefed about the veil? Like, would your perception of reality change, or would it be scary for you to like live constantly moving forward?
Fucky. I don't think. Yes, you must. That'd be terrifying.
Elaborate further.
Yeah, like your entire like sort of idea of normalcy has just been shattered forever. Like everything you see, you will now question. Everything you think, you will now question if they are your thoughts or some anomaly affecting you that you do not realize. Like that's terrifying. And like on top of that, right? Like now you are like indirectly in charge of like keeping the world safe by passing certain legislation. And if you fail, like you will now have to like lie with that like in your head to that like you fucked up. And now there's a very real chance that people will die by being eaten by the Mega Deathlotron 3000.
Or worse, you fuck up, and then some shadowy government organization finances your opponent's re-election campaign, and you
Yeah.
lost. Or worse,
Yeah,
you get assassinated.
yeah, or like even on top of that, if you question it or like start planning to come out with that knowledge for into like the public, then your mind is just gonna be wiped and you won't remember that you were told of any of this, and you would probably know this.
I think it's
Like
even
holy
I think it's even worse than that. You would. I think it's worse than having your memories waste. But another is when like you don't exist anymore. You are just kidnapped. Your identity is taken, and your identity, like for example, you have plans to expose the deep state, aka the authority, the veil, and so forth. And then one day you decide to like do that, but then all of a sudden you get kidnapped. You go to prison, and then you're given a new identity, and you listen all over the news saying you die in an assassination attempt by some left-wing person or whatever. Like
yeah.
that's even scarier because you now
Although I gotta
yeah go
now that I think about it, what's really funny to me is like imagine like Edward Snowden. Like
ahead.
imagine how fucking terrifying like Edward Snowden must have been to the authority. It's like shit, what do you leak? What do you leak? It's like, oh, he just leaked that they're spying on American people. It's okay.
I think Edward Snowden was like in this universe. I'd imagine in this universe, Edward Snowden was smart enough to not leak anything about the veil. Like, I feel like
Yeah,
he understood the ramifications the world would have
but
gone if he did
but
some shit
still,
like
just
that.
imagine some like poor like global director just like fucking shitting themselves. Just like, oh shit, what do you leak? What do you leak? What do you leak?
The entire council is just shitting themselves. What the fuck did he delete? Are we nuking China next?
Yeah, and it's just like, oh, okay, no, he just leaked that they're spying on American people. It's okay.
Yeah, it's just a normal Tuesday, guys. Who your site or whatever. Have a nice
Yeah, it's
day.
like okay. And it's like okay, thank fuck.
Jesus Christ. But yeah, in all seriousness, though, I think in this universe, Edward Snowden would have been smart enough to not fuck with the authority
Yeah, yeah,
because, like, I
but
mean, I'm pretty sure his attempts to leak it would have been covered up, 100%,
yeah.
and like,
How he leaked all that information is kind of a funny story, but it's a little bit irrelevant.
didn't he just
Uh,
leak it to like a news reporter or something?
no. So he took a because you can't just be like, oh yeah, this stuff happened, have it be believed. He took all the documents, copied them on a flash drive, and then took apart a Rubik's cube and
Oh
put
yeah,
the
no,
flash
I remember
drive
this. I remember.
inside the cube.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
remember this. Like, but it's a matter of like, how did he leak it? To the news reporter, was it?
I think it was a news reporter, yeah.
Yeah, we have the authority has like a ton of agents in various news reporting agencies. So the moment it had anything about the authority, information about it, they would have like swept it under the rugs, or they replaced it with like some fake information about the NSA spying on their people.
Yeah.
Wait, the NSA spying on their people? That's not what I leaked about. The Edward Snowden wasn't leaking about the NSA. He was leaking about the authority.
God damn, that's a fucking tale. Honestly, that'd be like such a fucking cool tale.
Edward Snowden posting on Reddit. Wait, guys, I wasn't talking about the NSA. I was talking about some shadowy organization.
Yeah, like that. That'd be a tale. I'd read that fucking tale, even though no one reads tales.
Mm. I think it's also smart enough for him to move to Russia, where the authority can't exactly reach him. Well, maybe.
Uh,
What's wrong, Ant? Are you scared?
no. All I'm doing is just looking at these funny little black vans
Oh, black
pulling
fans.
up outside my
Oh yeah,
house.
no, it's fine, Ant. Let them in. I sent you some amazing flowers, a ton of them.
Oh, awesome, man! I'll fucking be right back.
Wait, hold on. Before also that, don't mind the helicopters or a group of men in black taking away your neighbors.
uh,
Oh, and if you hear about a guy saying he's with the FBI, he's not actually. He's with the IRS.
oh no, I'm gonna fucking. That's worse.
IRS, the most amazing base department in all of agencies.
I'm gonna fucking kill you. Like actually.